you're all doing good out there. Hope you're all keeping warm, because this past week, we kind of got spoiled. Temperatures started rising. We were in the 40s and the 50s and stuff like that. All the snow melted from the snowstorm that we had a few weeks ago, finally. All that good stuff. And then, guess what? Mother Nature decided to go back off her meds and got another snowstorm going on out there. Yeah. Mother Nature, get back on your meds. Come on, we want spring. I'm sick of winter and I'm so over snow. I really am so over it. But anyway, I thought that it's been a while since I kind of just sat here and just kind of talked to you guys about some stuff, kind of give some life updates and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Wojciech Experience starts right now. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of the Wojciech Experience, where idiots are still always us, always me. I'm always going to be an idiot for you guys, because that's what we do here. We are idiots on this channel. We make fun of ourselves because why not? Why should we be serious all the time? We should be able to make fun of ourselves and just laugh at ourselves for stuff that we do and laugh at the little quirks that we have, all that good stuff, because life's too short to just kind of take everything just too seriously, if you ask me. That's just me. That's just kind of my philosophy, I guess. Yeah. Sorry that my voice kind of sounds a little weirder than usual. I've been kind of for the past couple of weeks, I've been kind of struggling with my voice, been kind of giving out on me and kind of sounding a little more scratchier and high pitched than usual. And I think it's because of the crazy weather and, allergies, stuff like that. And, the weather one day being, spring-like weather, and then the next day, almost 3 to 4 inches of snow. It's like Mother Nature can't make up her mind because she's off her rocker and forgot to take her bipolar meds or something. So it's just been kind of messing with my voice a little bit. So kind of bear with me a little bit there. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update that's been going on. The last major video that I did was Valentine's weekend, and I told you about some stuff that went on. I told you about the gifts that I got for Shell for Valentine's Day and all that stuff. And of course, the Valentine's weekend started with kind of an unexpected event, kind of like a bang that we didn't see coming. And that's also part of what I want to talk about here. As you may or may not know, Michelle's daughter, Faith, and her boyfriend was in a car accident right before, the day before Valentine's weekend officially started. They accidentally, they totaled Michelle's car and all that stuff. If you have not seen the video and stuff where I explain more about what happened, check out the Valentine's video, because I talk more about that more towards the beginning of the video and all that stuff. And but thankfully, though, in the car crash, thankfully nobody was hurt. So that was the main thing. They were shaken up, and I'm pretty sure that, the thought of that accident's going to stay with them for a long time, the emotional trauma and stuff like that. So, but yes, unfortunately, Shell's car was totaled. But I want to say that Shell has gotten herself a new vehicle, so she's not without a vehicle, guys. She's good in that. Basically, what we did was is a few hours after, we made sure everything was all good and stuff like that, me and Shell went to the garage where they towed her vehicle, where we went and got, a lot of her personal belongings out of her old car and everything. And then we went to a car lot and everything, and she was able to get a new car and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like a brand new car, it's a used car. She got a 2013 Dodge Avenger. Unfortunately, she did not get it the same day that she bought it, because the dealership had just gotten it in just a couple of days before, she came in and bought it. So there was still some stuff they needed to do, like they needed to detail it, they needed to go, through it and make sure everything was all good in it and stuff. So even though she had bought it, she still didn't have it for a few days. And but after about a week, I think it was, about a week, they called, said it was ready. So we went down, Shell and I, we went down, we picked it up and everything. So she does have a vehicle now. So so don't worry about Shell, about getting around and stuff on the days that I am not at her house visiting. So she does have her car right now and everything. And yes, her insurance did officially total the car and everything. So, but I mean, other than that, she really does miss her old car, and all that stuff. I mean, I don't blame her. She's had her car for many, many years, so I really don't blame her for missing it. And I kind of know how she feels too, because I've been in several car crashes where my vehicle was totaled and stuff like that. So I kind of know how she feels, and all that stuff. And it's going to take her a little bit to get used to the new car, I think. But yeah, she's doing good. And of course, Faith is doing good, and her boyfriend's doing good as well. So that's a good thing there. Everybody is good. She's got a vehicle, and that's all good. So yeah, Valentine's weekend was a pretty eventful weekend plus week, with all that stuff going on, Plus, she was also, Shell was working on practicing doing ASL for the church that the Sunday after Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day was technically Saturday, and for church on Sunday, then she was practicing to do 2 songs with ALS. So I mean, like, her, like, dealing with the car stuff and then practicing and stuff, it was just a very eventful week. And I will say, she did do a great job when it came to the ALS and doing the songs. I love watching her practice ALS. There's just something about it that just, like, draws me in, and, like, I'm just, like, I sit there and I'm, like, on my iPad, like, doing the songs for her and stuff like that, like, running the media part of it while she's practicing, and, like, I'm doing that, and I'm also, like, looking at her while she's practicing, and, I'm just, like, in awe at, and stuff like that. So yeah, she really does do a good job, and she's looking forward to doing that again sometime. Not sure exactly when she's going to do that, but she does want to do it again sometime. But hopefully there won't be the added stress of, like, any kind of car accidents or any kind of major, life events going on at the same time, where she's not, like, overwhelmed with everything, because that's not a good thing when you get overwhelmed. I can't talk. I worked the last 2 nights, 12 hours, running off of hardly any sleep, and I gotta work again tonight. So yay me. So yeah, so if I mispronounce things or sound weird, probably because I'm tired, all that good stuff. But anyways, I really didn't get a chance to tell you guys what she got me for Valentine's Day. Mostly because it got delayed in shipping, so I didn't get it on Valentine's Day. I got it, I think, what, 2 or 3 days later? You know, but it is what it is. Sometimes when you order stuff, you know, when it comes in the mail, it can get delayed. So, I mean, I wasn't upset or anything like that by any means that I didn't get anything on Valentine's Day. But I will say, Shell got me this. It's like a bouquet of beef jerky. It's like a beef jerky bouquet. I mean, it was really cool and everything with like different kinds of beef jerky and stuff like that in it. And I love beef jerky, and I've already eaten quite a bit of it because I've been taking some with me to work, and I've been snacking on some stuff like, you know, during the day or during the evening before I have to go to work, you know. So yeah, I really appreciated it, and it was a really good gift. Definitely was not expecting that, and so big thanks to Shell for getting me that for Valentine's Day. The next thing, though, that I got to work on is figuring out what I'm going to do for our first year anniversary that's actually coming up in a few weeks. It's on the middle of March 16th. Shell and I would have been dating a year, and I do have some things in mind. I would love to tell you guys what I have planned, but unfortunately, sometimes Shell watches my videos and sometimes she doesn't watch my videos, and I don't know. For all I know, she might be like, hey, I'm gonna watch this video, and then, you know, end up spoiling the surprise. But I will say, I will tell you guys what it's going to be when I can. I just hope that she really likes it, because I will say it's definitely something that I hope is going to kind of, in a way, trump the stuff I got her for Valentine's Day. I'll just completely blow that out of the water and just kind of knock her socks off even more. At least that's my hope, you know, and everything. So yeah, I do have some things planned, but just have to kind of wait before I get a chance to tell you guys. And speaking of Shell and I's 1-year anniversary coming up, I can't believe that it's almost been a year since we've been dating. I know I announced that we were dating this past June, but, you know, we were dating before that, but we wanted to make sure things were all good and stuff before we actually announced it and made it official, you know, to like, you know, like our friends and stuff. Like, I mean, a select few family and friends knew, like the ones that we're really, really close to. But a lot of the, you know, like our friends, like on Facebook, you know, stuff like that, didn't know until, you know, we made it official on Facebook and everything, and then I made it official on the channel and all that stuff. So, you know, we got a lot of, you know, people, you know, congratulating us and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, just can't believe that in a few weeks it's going to be a year. And I will say it's been quite the year. So many things have happened, so many things that we've been through together, so many things that we want to do in the future and all that stuff. And of course, if you guys have not seen this yet, a number of videos ago, Shell and I did a Q&A video for you guys where you guys could ask us any, you know, questions and stuff. And we got so many questions for that I split it up into 2 different videos, 2 different parts. So if you have not checked that out yet, go check that out, because, you know, if you've been wondering some stuff, you know, 9 chances out of 10, some of those questions are answered in that video. But of course, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to keep sending some questions in, because at some point we're probably going to do another Q&A video somewhere further down the line. I'm not sure when, but at some point further down the line, we plan to do that. So keep thinking up some questions, for us, you guys. Yeah. So, but yeah, just can't believe that it's going to be a year, a few more weeks. Man, wow. But I will say though, even though we, have had our ups and downs and stuff, like any couple does, I would not trade the last year for anything in the world. I really wouldn't. The past year has been one of the most incredible years of my life. Getting to know Shell. I mean, we're still getting to know each other, but getting to know her and, and then just taking our relationship, a day at a time, a step at a time. We're not rushing into anything. We're not looking to get married, like next week or anything like that. We're just taking things one step at a time, and just enjoying the moments, enjoying each other's company, and discovering stuff about each other that it's like, wow, and like I said, it's been the most incredible year, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't trade Shell for anything. And I know some of you are thinking, well, what about your feelings for your late wife, Sarah? I mean, like I said in the Q&A, I'm always going to love Sarah. That's never going to change. But when it was becoming real that, that Sarah was going to eventually pass and stuff, me and her had a discussion, and we did talk about it. She did not want me to be alone. She did want me to move on, find somebody else, and all that stuff. So, and I promised her that I would do that, and boy, meeting Shell just kind of came out of nowhere. I was not looking for a relationship. I wasn't out, kind of on the market for anything, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just, I was online and just looking for, some companionship, a friendship, just, somebody that, had similar interests in me, that, maybe we could just kind of talk, become friends, that kind of thing. And it just kind of blossomed, it just kind of took both of us by surprise, because she wasn't looking for any kind of relationship either. None of us were. And it was just we met, we talked online for a while, and then when we decided to meet in person for the first time, it was just wow, something's happening. Don't know what it is, but something's happening, and as we kept going along, it just turned into, what it is today. And I will say, being with Shell has taught me a lot of stuff. She's gotten me out of my comfort zone and a lot of stuff. I think I mentioned in past videos that at one point I had stopped going to church and stuff for some reasons that I'm just kind of not really comfortable talking about right now as to why I kind of stopped going. But I didn't stop believing by any means or anything. Just some things happened and just, but she encouraged me to come back to church, and I've been going to church with her and at her church, and I'm actually I put in to become a member of the church. I'm not officially a member yet, but we're in the process of that. And because her church is so welcoming and stuff, and I've met some incredible people at the church, and made some friends with some incredible people, and with Shell being the nursery coordinator at the church, she is like 99% of the time in nursery, and on the days that she needs some assistance and stuff like that, I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone, and I have been helping her in the nursery when she needs me to. That has been quite an experience for me. And I've been getting to know the kids there, and and it's always good, when you see the kids and they run up to you and they give you a hug and they say hi to you, and stuff like that. So that's been an incredible experience. And another thing that Shell does is she volunteers at her local food bank once a month, and she's been kind of like wanting me to kind of volunteer, but it's just like with my work schedule, like not always was I off on the days they had the food bank and stuff like that. But it just so happens that just the other day, I ended up having the day off that was food bank. So I did my first volunteer shift at the food bank the other day, and that was incredible. I was so nervous going in because I'd never done that before. She was telling me about how simple it is, but when you don't do it and you've never done it before, of course you're going to get nervous. You're afraid you're going to screw up or whatever. But it was easy. I mean, and it was fun, greeting, all these different walks of life coming in. And I got to help distribute some potato chips and some taco flavored Chex Mix is what I gave out to the people the other day, and it was an amazing experience and all that stuff. So she's, like I said, she's getting me out of my comfort zone, and she's getting me to feel more comfortable, like volunteering for some stuff that maybe I thought maybe I couldn't volunteer, or too afraid to volunteer before. So yeah. She's been changing my life in ways that I never thought possible, and I thank her for that, and I'm so grateful for her, for doing that for me, and it's just helping me get a little bit more out of my comfort zone, and all that good stuff. So that's always a good thing as well. So, and of course, kind of got to talk about the weather a little bit, just a little bit, like a tiny little bit, because it's like, yeah, we were getting spring temperatures this past week, and then Mother Nature's like, yeah, enjoy that, yeah, because here comes another storm, and it started last night, but I will say though, so far, like right now it's not snowing outside, but we got a pretty decent amount of snow again, but so far not as much as we did in the previous snowstorm. So maybe with Mother Nature kind of being off her meds a little bit, maybe she kind of was like, okay, I had my little fun, forgetting my meds, so here I'll take one, So I'm hoping that we don't get a whole lot of snow, and I'm hoping that the warmer temperatures start to come back a little bit, because I am really over the snow and I am over the cold temperatures. I want to get back into spring, get back into doing some stuff outside. There's some stuff that I want to do outside here at the house. There's some stuff that Shell's asked me to help her with, when it gets warmer out at her house, stuff like that. And I can, like, this year, like, I want to plant a garden outside at some point, and maybe plant some flowers, make the yard look a little nicer, stuff like that. I want start doing some stuff around the house here to kind of start making it more my own and stuff. I mean, there was a lot of stuff I wanted to do like last year, but, until the move was done and everything was unpacked and yeah, all that stuff. Plus my last job, basically having me work 7 months straight without a day off. Yeah, that wasn't good either. So I just didn't have the time to really do stuff around here. And I really want to do some stuff around the house, get some things done and just have a good time this year. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And, I want to be able to, have, days where I can, fire up the grill and cook outside and, maybe enjoy a fire, like get a fire pit, that kind of stuff. I would love to do that kind of stuff. So, but you can't do that until winter gets out of here and spring can come to stay. That would be nice. That would really be nice. But it's just kind of slow moving on that. And yes, it is still February, so I get it. We still have a little bit of time before, spring really gets here, but it would have been nice to get, start warming up a little bit, Yeah. But anyway, with all of that being said, I should probably get my butt to bed. It is a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have to get my butt to bed. I have to be back up at 8 o'clock this evening and all that good stuff. So, because I have to go back to work at 11 o'clock tonight. So I kind of need to get my butt to bed. So, but anyway, I wanted to get on here real quick, kind of give you guys a little update on what's been going on lately and stuff. And basically, I haven't really released a whole lot of videos this past week, just because it's just been a very busy week with the car accident, Valentine's Day, just stuff going on. Just didn't have the opportunity to really film some new content, but hopefully that will change as we move from February into March and all that good stuff. But anyway, with all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you get notified of future videos. And of course, if you want to support this dumb little channel of mine, and of course, let's all face it, this channel is pretty dumb, Yeah, it is what it is. But you can support this channel 2 ways, either by hitting the join button, become a member of the Idiot Squad, or you can scan the QR code that's going to pop up on the screen, and you can donate to the channel via Cash App if you'd like. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's all strictly voluntary and all that happy good stuff. And of course, you can follow me in all the major socials and check out the merch store as well. All those links are all down below in the description. Just click on the little link tree and all the stuff you ever wanted will pop up, and there you go. But anyway, I hope you're all keeping warm with this surprise snowstorm that we're getting. And I hope you're all having a good day, good night, good week, whatever the case is when you're watching this, because, I never know when you watch these videos. It could be 80 years from now you're watching these for all I know. But anyway, like I said, hope you're all doing good, and I will see you all in the next one. And until then, bye for now, guys.